All right, welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to look at the E chord. Now let's again take a close-up look at the E chord. This is how it looks, and then I'm going to explain how we're going to get there. All right, in the diagram, you're going to notice there are no X's this time, which means we can play all of the strings, which is nice when you're strumming because you don't have to think about what strings not to hit. So with this E chord, we're going to start by playing the open E string. Now let's do one finger at a time again, like we did with the A chord. Now when you're learning these chords, you probably will do that for a while. You'll kind of place one finger at a time because it will take time. Eventually you want to get to the point where, again, you already know what the chord looks like and your fingers are already kind of going into the shape before they hit the strings, and then they all hit the strings at the same time. That's your goal. But definitely for the first while, you're going to do one finger at a time. And you may even just use this other hand to kind of get your fingers in place. That's totally fine. All right, so we're going to do one finger at a time. So let's put our first finger down, our index finger, on the first fret of the third string, which is the G string. And then we're going to place our middle finger on the second fret of the A string. And then we're going to place our third finger on the second fret of the D string. And you'll notice when I put my second finger down, I intentionally went back here because I knew that I was going to have to make room for my third finger to get in there. Otherwise, I would have gone close to the fret. But I can't, so I'm going to slide it back a bit, and then I just have to press down a little bit harder. Okay, so here's the shape of the E chord. And then here are the strings. Let's play one at a time. E string, A string, D string, G string, B string, E string. Okay, a couple areas that are usually problem areas when you're learning this chord is this note right here. Oftentimes what happens is our third finger is hanging over there, getting in the way and muting that string. So make sure your third finger is up nice and straight. You're using your fingertip. And then another problem area is our first finger also sort of leaning down like that and muting the B string. So again, just try to get those fingertips in place. Adjust your wrist a little bit if you need to. And one other area that you'll need to really be mindful of is the E string. Sometimes what happens is our hand gets a little too close to the neck and it ends up muting the E string. So you want to leave a little space right here just to make sure your hand's not muting that E string. So you're going to try to leave a little gap here. And by doing that, again, maybe you put your thumb a little bit further back on the neck. If the palm of your hand is touching the back of the neck, that's not good either. So you're going to have, it's going to kind of look like this. That's what you want. So that it arches nicely around the neck so that you're not touching any of the other strings. And then you want to try each string again individually, one at a time. Make any adjustments if you need to. Give it a strum. All right. Okay, now that you've got 3 chords under your belt, there are loads of songs that you can play. So if you head over to the chord progression library category. You'll see lots of different types of chord progressions that you can begin using, especially now that you're getting some of these chords down. So take a look at that, have fun with the E chord, and we'll see you in the next lesson.